Hello, I'm VX and this is Q&A Saturday, the weekly series I run on my channel. I answer your questions that have been asked over the past week or so across my channel. These tend to be mostly focused on the next Minecraft, I'd say Minecraft console update, but the next Minecraft update for all platforms, the update aquatic, but also tend to be focused about me, my channel, and life in general. So if you want to ask a question for that, usually I just say leave it in the comments down below. But as always, I do sometimes ask on Twitter. So if you want to follow me at IVX on Twitter, once a week or so, I'll tweet out saying respond to this tweet with your Q&A Saturday questions, and that's where you can also get questions from, and that's where I also do so. And again, I recommend following people on Twitter anyway if you like certain YouTube channels, because it's kind of like the other half of YouTube. It's like the secret second half, the behind the scenes, and it's something you might just appreciate. So with that said, I hope you all enjoy this video. Like if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like Q&A Saturday. But let's get straight into the first question, which comes in from Evil Pickle Rick. So Evil Pick says, Evil Pickle Rick, Evil Pick, whatever, says, Q&A, will Battle Royale come to console edition? So simple answer to this question is no, it will not. So Battle Royale would be the most genius idea for a minigame console. However, they've pretty much confirmed they don't want to work on your minigames right now. They want to work exclusively on the consoles to bring the game up to par with these latest updates that will be coming out for Bedrock and for the Java. Because again, they said, minigames take up a lot of time, and it was great when the PC wasn't updating and the Bedrock was still behind. But now that the Bedrock, the console, and the Java are in pretty much the same place, they're all working on the same updates at the same time. So right now, they're not working on Battle Royale, or they're not working on Build Battle. They're working on the 1.13 update aquatic. So there you go, there's your answer. Let's move on to the second one, which comes in from Jake Frey Davies. I wanted to bring this up because in Wales they call their mothers mam. I mentioned how in the UK we say mum, and I said a few other countries. I was right about all the countries except Canada. Canada follows the American system of naming their mothers, and I just thought it was really interesting that like around the world there's like so many different ways just to say the word mum. And in Wales, Scotland, some parts of Scotland, and the north of England, they actually say mam as opposed to mum or mom or whatever. And I don't understand the world, but it's just one of those funny little things I figured I'd share. So let's move on to the third question, which comes in from Loaf Bloke, who says, do you think Update Aquatic will be the biggest update Minecraft has ever had? So to answer your question, I think not the biggest ever. So saying the biggest ever anything when there's a game like Minecraft with 1,000 updates, I mean, you're always almost certainly going to be wrong at any turn, right? There's just been so many updates, one of them has likely been bigger. However, will the Update Aquatic be one of the biggest updates? Yes. Will it be in the top 10 somewhere? I imagine so, actually, because the Update Aquatic already so far, we know it includes new biomes, three new mobs, two like kind of friendly ones and a hostile mob. So 3 brand new mobs in this update, a brand new weapon that's not been done in forever, right? So a brand new weapon, new mobs, new biomes, new like generated structure. We've got all the key things in the Minecraft update, and then we've got an entire overhaul of the game's physics. So one of the biggest updates ever. Again, top 10, maybe top 5, and arguably one of the biggest. But again, it'd be foolhardy to make a statement like it's the biggest update ever, and I don't think that Minecraft themselves will ever claim it's the biggest ever, because honestly, it depends on how you measure biggest, and it's probably not going to be any measurement like that. So let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Karam Kamis, who says, Q&A, when will they add spectator mode on the Bedrock edition? Plus, when do you think 1.13 will be released? So to answer your question, Mr. Karam Kamis, I think that the spectator mode thing, the only reason they haven't added it, because it's only on Java edition. There's 2 game modes exclusive to Java. There is, of course, hardcore, and there is spectator mode. So spectator mode, I believe they haven't added it because it's just, honestly, it's creative mode, except you can fly through blocks and you can't place things. And although that seems quite logical, and on PC Java servers, they take advantage of it, I think it would confuse a lot of people who play, Minecraft on the, if they're playing on a server or they're playing on something like that, and someone forces them into creative. I think given, again, the whole younger player base, like a lot of people, the majority of Minecraft Bedrock players still play on phones. If you're just on a phone and you're like, I can't do it, it's an easy source of confusion given how similar the 2 game modes are. And I'll be honest with you, I've made that mistake on the Java edition before, where I thought I was in creative, but I was in spectator, and I think that confusion of just how similar the game modes are is the reason they want to keep the number of game modes on Bedrock fairly simple. Like, we have creative, we have survival, and I think adventures, like, technically accessible, but not really still. It's one of those weird little things, right? But yeah, I think that's why there's limited game modes on the Bedrock version, because of simplicity. But that's just my thing. And also, when will 1.13 be released? My guess would be 2018. But to be more specific, it's really, really tricky to say anything beyond, like, I mean, soon, because 1.13 was going to be the technical update. It was going to come out in January. Then they delayed it because they had world generation issues, and now we just have to wait until they finish the update aquatic, which we've seen most of the features of, so we don't know what the next, like, 2 months are going to be spent doing, but something, apparently. So yeah, I don't know, like, I would say, like, late March would be my early prediction, but it could come out a little bit before that. It could come out in, like, June or July. We really have no idea. idea yet, and that's something we just have to wait and see on. So let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Ibrahim650, underscore that is, who says, why does it not say Q&A in the title? I wanted to bring this one up because I get a bunch of comments every week saying like angry stuff. Like I get a bunch of like, I don't know if you call it hate comments, but just angry people being negative and trying to like say like, oh, you're the worst for doing this thing, Toycat. And I figured I'd use this comment as a good example because it's not, you know, excessively angry or excessively hating or, you know, charging off me. It's just one guy asking, you know, one time. So let's be honest, there's a lot of standards that people will try to hold, you know, me to, and will get angry at me like, oh, Toycat, you ran out of ideas on like a cooking video. There's a billion different hate comments I see all over the place. There's a billion different people who will try to come after me for something as simple as a title. So in this case, it's like, oh yeah, it didn't say Q&A in the title. Well, first of all, I haven't included Q&A in the title of a Q&A Saturday for years now. It's been a really, really long time since the, you know, last time I did it. I did it a few weeks ago just to see if like it would make people not do something, but then they just hate on something else about the title. So it clearly didn't stop people from hating on it. So yeah, it's been years since I actually consistently put Q&A in the title, and the truth is, as to why I don't do it, is because YouTube titles, to successfully perform in the algorithm, you have only like 4 to 6 words maybe that you can actually use in the title. Any more than that, it gets unwieldy, and it just, again, YouTube doesn't prioritize it so well. So you have like 4 to 6 words maybe you can put in there, and given that I use some of those words, 3 of them on Minecraft Xbox/PE, it means I have literally like, you know, 1 to 4 words to work with, and everyone's like, you should use one of those on Q&A. But the truth is, if you are a subscriber to the channel, if you're someone who watches the channel and I care about you making sure you get the stuff, if it's Saturday at 9 PM, you know it's Q&A Saturday. You know that already. I don't need to tell you every single week. I don't need to make sure that's a thing. So the only people upset by this that I can imagine are people that don't, don't know which day Q&A Saturday will be in, don't know the channel in general, which, I mean, if it's your first video, I can understand the upset. But again, I make these videos mostly for people who are subscribed to the channel, and I think people who try to hold me to standards that other YouTubers aren't held to, again, like the number of things I don't do that other YouTubers do, it's like insane, like the the number of different things that like are just accepted on YouTube, that people will still be like, but Toycat, you can't do that. I think that's ridiculous. I think if you try to hold me to different standards than you do to other YouTubers, then I'm not on board with what you're saying. So yeah, why does it not say Q&A in the title? Because I only have so many words to use. Everyone knows it's a Q&A already, and it's just an opportunity for, I think no matter what you put as your title, as long as it's not, if it's anything besides Minecraft Xbox questions or Minecraft Xbox Let's Play, if there are any words beyond that, you're gonna be like, oh, you tried to entice people to watch your video? Wow, why would you do that on a website which, if you don't do that, extremely punishes you when this is your job? How would you consider doing that? And it's like, I don't understand it at all. So to answer your question, there you go. I wanted to bring this up because there are so many people that like try to hate on every title, every thumbnail, because I mean, I don't do the red circles thing, but if I did, would it be so bad? Every other YouTuber does it. It's not like I'm breaching some imaginary red line. It should just be like, if you want to watch the videos, you can watch them, and you know, the only time a thumbnail or a title is bad is if it makes you not want to click the video, or if it's literally the opposite, or it's literally something wildly out of the video. I don't think it's bad when it's, you know, like I use those words in a way that encourages people to click it, because that is how YouTube needs to work. Like, everyone watches their homepage, people don't watch their subscriptions. You won't see a video unless YouTube gives it to you, and YouTube won't give you a video unless a high enough percentage of people click it on their thing, which again, I mean, it's, again, I think there's a lot of ridiculous comments I see, and that's just one I wanted to get off my chest. So I'm sorry I spent like 4 minutes going over that, but there you go. There's my angry rant about Q&A. So let's move on to the next question here, which comes in from Dylan Nell, who says, Q, do you think they will add a red dragon mob one day? And I really do think they will. So the thing about the red dragon mob is that they've mentioned it a few times. They've said like, oh yeah, there'll be dragons, you know, the end dragon will be the first one, and they referenced the red dragon a while back, and then it's kind of like, you know, stayed in the background. And although there's been, you know, like theories and there's been like tiny hints they'll be coming back, it's never come back since. However, given that as of like 1.13 onwards, they seem to be really implementing fan suggestions a lot more. Like, again, I think Jeb's adding more mobs to the game since 1.11 even, just because they know that, you know, like everyone in the player base loves the new mobs. So the red dragon would be a really cool new mob. If they can find any way to do it, I imagine we'll see it at some point in the future, because as far as like mobs that should be coming into the game, the number of suggestions are always going to start with the ones that were already on the remove features list. That's why turtles are in this update, by the way. Turtles were, you know, they were suggested to come to the game a while ago, I think by Dinnerbomb, but then he couldn't get them done. Jeb said that like maybe he'd like to see them one day, and get on the list of features that they've all said they'd like to see. I think a red dragon's been on there multiple times since they first suggested it back in 2011. So yeah, I think we'll see a red dragon for that reason. Let's move on to the next question though, which comes in from Zenki Pokemaster Forever, who says, Q&A, what is Notch's relationship with Jeb? Weren't they friends? Also love your videos, been watching daily since 2013. So first of all, thank you very much Zenki Pokemaster Forever for watching daily since 2013. That's like 5 years now. But to answer your actual question, what is Notch's relationship with Jeb? So Jeb was the first major also coding employee to work at Mojang with Notch, because obviously the game grew, he's made an enormous number of sales, he started selling millions of copies, and you can imagine when you sell them at $20 each, that's starting to make a lot of money. So yeah, the relationship they have is like, oh yeah, Jeb and Notch respect each other as programmers, and also Jeb was the person that Notch eventually chose to kind of replace him as the lead designer programmer on Minecraft. So yeah, their relationship is pretty good, I imagine. However, I don't think they are in contact anymore, because again, Jeb focuses full-time on Minecraft, that's his profession, and Notch is in LA, doing entirely different things. He doesn't necessarily care too much about Minecraft, and it's just one of those things where I don't imagine they have much contact, and I imagine they were friendly. I don't know if you could say they were friends, but yeah, that's their rough relationship. I'd love to go into it sometime, look at all the stuff back then, because they had a documentary where they recorded the entire things they had, and I'd love to go back and see any stuff they have, because Notch and Jeb interactions, there's not many of them out there, and I'd love to know what it actually is like between them. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. They're friendly, and Notch picked Jeb, so he obviously respects him as a programmer, and they obviously like each other some amount. So yeah, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Donut Big Boy, who says, will you ever live stream the rest of Story Mode Season 2? I had a lot of fun since I could pick the option your character does. The thing about Minecraft Story Mode is that I wasn't this isn't too much of a criticism, but a little bit of criticism about the game is that it started kind of well. It had a little bit of humor to it that everyone can appreciate, and then I guess they just after that immediately started going for yeah, the kids love this one, and it's like cringeworthy humor. And although cringeworthy is maybe a bit too far, it's like the sort of thing where it's like, this is clearly you can make a kid laugh a lot easier than make an adult laugh, and maybe that's the choice they chose. And honestly, I think as the season progressed, they got a little bit worse, and then season 2 I was like, okay, let's start this again. They've had time to do this, and yeah, I just wasn't having a great time with it. I just wasn't really feeling season 2, and that's why I stopped it. The truth is if I uploaded Minecraft Story Mode, even now, I'd get a ton of views. The Minecraft Story Mode has made some YouTube channels. There are there's a lot of views, a lot of money, a lot of every subscribers that can be made by uploading Minecraft Story Mode, and it's always been tempting for all those reasons. But the truth is I think if I'm gonna be enthusiastic about something, because I'd have to be, I want to make sure that it's something I really do care about. I'm not ever gonna fake enthusiasm, because then it creates this awkward thing. And again, on the internet, maybe you're meant to fake it, but fake it till you make it or whatever. But the truth is I don't really want to do that for Minecraft Story Mode. So maybe at some point I'll go back, just before Minecraft Story Mode Season 3 comes out. I'd love to go back and play it for the first time, maybe, but even then, I'm not too sure about it. It just, the weird thing is a lot of people actually got upset, again, in the live streams, because I was, trying to deliberately be a jerk, and people are like, no, why aren't you doing that? And I don't know, it was too much for me. It was too much for me. But that's just me. I'd love to know what you think, I guess, about that. If enough people, want me to do it, I could go through it sometime on some stream before Season 3. But even then, I don't know about that. I'd have to really convince myself in some way. And yeah, that's just my opinion. So let's move to the next question, which comes in from Blazefire776, who says, where in the world did 4K and super duper graphics go? They said it would come out in fall 2017. It's winter 2018, and we have heard nothing. So, it's kind of saying winter 2018 is a bit of a tricky thing, because it's winter, but it's not winter 2018, even though most of winter, whatever, it's Q1 2018, it's only a few months late. But the truth is the Minecraft Xbox version of Minecraft Bedrock took them so long to perfect. They're only just finishing that now, and now they're and even then it's not perfect, right? They're working on updated aquatic stuff, and I think the truth is the super duper graphics and 4K update, they're just really on the back burner, because they'd rather have a consistent game that people want to play before they start to try and set add-ons. Because if they try to push something that's paid before they fix the game, people will just non-stop call them out oh, so you can work on the thing that sells money. And it's just one of those decisions as a company they had to make, and that's how they decided it. So let's move on to the final question, shall we, which comes in from Dante Dante Tuckett, who says Q&A. How many Australian viewers do you think you have, including myself? I love your video. So thank you very much. I thought that was videos, but they just love this one video. So thank you for loving last week's Q&A Saturday. But to answer your question about Australian viewers, because I looked into this one, because I honestly, when I'm entering countries, I usually just go like, oh yeah, there's like, you know, there's America, there's the UK, and then like Canada, Ireland, Germany, etc. The truth is I actually have a surprising number of Australian viewers. They're my fourth largest, viewership on this channel. So a surprising number of people who watch this channel are Australian, and I don't know, I like you a lot, Australia. But I will say, this is the heartbreaking thing. I said at one point I was going to visit every continent, and I assumed I'd visit Australia. I think I'm going to go to New Zealand now instead. So I'm sorry, Australia people. I know New Zealand's different and you hate those guys, but only like you hate a friend. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to New Zealand instead of Australia, just because like if I'm gonna go to like the other side of the earth, which Australia is, I feel like might as well go like all the way. Like you don't go 90% of the way to the edge of the earth, you go all the way. So yeah, that's something I might just be doing this year, and you know, maybe I'll fly to Australia. But honestly, this blew my mind. The flight just from Australia to New Zealand is like 3 and a bit hours long. So maybe not, maybe. But thank you to everyone who is Australian watches videos. I love you more than I love a friend, or more than all these hate comments love trying to pick anything in the title and say that's the worst thing you've ever done, Toycat. You are betrayed, that it's clickbait in some way, or you know, because you know, YouTube in 2018, there's no clickbait at all. It's whole website besides my channel is just you know, it's everyone just uses like, you know, simple 4-word title, you know, 10-word titles that describe it perfectly. No, so anyway, thank you very much for watching. Got another rant there. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm sorry about going on the rant, but like honestly, as a YouTuber, it gets under your skin sometimes because people think you're this big evil thing, and it's impossible to like convince them otherwise. They just assume like, you're a YouTuber, you must be one of those guys. And it is a little bit crazy that like, oh yeah, people put you in the same basket as all these other terrible people, no matter what you're trying to do, no matter how much you try to like, you know, my channel is all about like sharing things I care about, trying to help you with your Minecraft game and giving you news and stuff. But some people always just like, no, that's an evil ploy for insert thing here, and it's like, I mean, not really. YouTube is what it is, and I hope you all enjoy the YouTube videos I put out, because without those of you that do, then I would just be a crazy person talking at, you know, a microphone. So thank you very much for watching today's video, and I guess I'll see you all next week or next time, and goodbye for now.